Oh my god, I love this movie.
So you see what this weapon can do to help protect your life.
Shit. Oh, fuck. Shit. VeggieTales. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of this show at some point in their lives. I remember seeing copies of VeggieTales at my local library, and while I was drawn to the box art and the characters, I was always too busy fucking big bad Beetleborgs.
Oh, hell, Beetleborgs. Your life is meaningless without bad Beetleborgs.
Now, I didn't know it at the time, but this seemingly harmless children's cartoon is actually one of the most successful cases of Christian media to date. It has survived VHSs and DVDs, it has had multiple theater releases with huge box office successes, and it's even had 2 Netflix reboots, which is insane and kind of weird that there's 2 of them. But whatever. Anyway, the sole goal of VeggieTales from start to finish has always been to turn children into fearing meat-eating boys and girls. And like all religious media, it's a piece of shit and it's really ugly because talented artists don't work for religious media. Who knew? So today we're going to be looking at one of the earliest cases of the VeggieTales series. This is actually episode 2, came out in 1994, and it is called Wants Me to Forgive Them? And I can tell you right off the bat, he probably doesn't. Probably doesn't care at all. You're a vegetable. You're not real. Go away.
Why does he have to forgive? Oh, that's a good question. Well, I know. I'll tell Marco the story of the Grapes of Wrath.
Oh, that's a classic.
We are the grapes of wrath, so stay out of our path. There's no escape from cranky grapes. We are the grapes of wrath.
Complete transparency here. I kind of love this song. I mean, setting aside the fact that those are very clearly peas and not grapes. I mean, what sociopath eats green grapes? It's a great song about an incestuous psycho family that just goes from town to town, ruining people's lives. What's not to love?
Now, Rose, apologize to your brother.
What for?
Well, you know he just turned 18 years old.
Yeah, so?
Nobody mentions a character turning 18, unless they're foreshadowing some statutory rape that's gonna go on down the road. And I really wasn't prepared for that in a VeggieTales movie.
Well, what kind of fella do you suppose that is, Ma?
Oh, let's see. It's no grape, that's for sure.
You know that's
sure,
right. It's really
well.
So that would make him a cheese-headed bean boy.
Whoa, VeggieTales! You throwing food racism at me? Most certainly does not want you to forgive the food racists. Anywho, these peas disguised as grapes make fun of this little asparagus for wearing a hat, I guess. But then the asparagus is all like, yo, my dad is the one-winged angel John Cena.
Oh, no, we would not do such a thing as what you have said we would have done, except for maybe we did that, I guess, now that you... Oh, well, okay, we did that. Yep, that's what we did.
So, Junior's dad explained to the grapes that
It was at this moment that Brian realized he was explaining the story of this VeggieTales episode to his audience, which is a story about a sentient God-fearing cucumber explaining the story of the Grapes of Wrath to his audience. And within that story, the real story is being explained directly to the audience, to which Brian wondered, 1, why was Barbra Streisand cloning her dog, and 2, why the fuck did we need to get this story from the cucumber if they were just gonna tell us the entire story anyway?
That's a funny name. Okay, this is the last straw.
Hey, I thought you said you weren't gonna tease anymore.
Well, that's exactly what we said.
But we grapes are the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and we will tear through your flesh, blood, and more fiber like a plague of locusts through a fresh field of grass.
When we do bad things, it hurts God's feelings too. God wants us to tell him we're sorry.
Flavored town. Is everything all right in here, Godfieri? I thought I heard a sneeze. I'll be fine. I think I'm just coming down with a bit of a 9/11. I'll just drink a bottle of NyQuil. I'll feel better in the morning. Thank you. Okay. Okay. I'm starting to think that these vegetables don't know anything about the Bible. I mean, clearly they haven't even seen the film adaptation of the Bible, Only God Forgives, because then they would know that only God forgives. This is a dumb joke, I'm sorry.
Hey, QWERTY, can you help us? We need to know how many times we're supposed to forgive people, according to the Bible. Maybe, 7 times?
I don't think we should be called the Grapes of Wrath anymore.
Well, what should we be called then? The grapes of nice?
No, that's not it.
That little girl of yours has quite a head for numbers. Maybe you could be the Grapes of Math.
How is this movie already forgotten the message it's trying to convey? I mean, calling them the grapes of math has nothing to do with forgiveness, or even the Bible, or anything like that. I mean, you're better off calling them the peas of peace. The grapes of wrath is meaningless to this story.
But, are you sure that's how the story goes?
Oh, yeah.
Holy fuck me with a hot dog Tuesday. Who is this guy? He scared the hell out of me.
Do you remember when you broke your mom's favorite vase and then stapled it back together in hopes she wouldn't notice?
Hang on a second. I've never told anybody about that. How did you know about that?
Do you remember when you put your pet snake in Aunt Millie's pajamas?
How did you get all this information on me? Who are you?
And do you remember when you stuck your sister's teddy bear in the food processor and told her it got chewed up by a giant bear-eating lizard?
Are you watching me? Is this some kind of vegetable magic?
And, weren't there 5 passengers who'd booked that day on our 3-hour tour?
3-hour tour. Okay, let's see.
3-hour
There
tour.
was the professor, and we were there.
And the cucumber looks like Gilligan from Gilligan's Island. Wow,
if it
VeggieTales. Who would have thought you were the most clever damn show on all of goddamn television?
Oh boy, this is a life. There's nothing I'd rather be than First Mate Larry. Well, nothing that is. Except... And rocks are a lot harder than icebergs.
It just so happens that the nearest iceberg is 2,640 miles away. What? Were
What?
you thinking?
Where did you get that number from? Who is this guy? So the cucumber says he's sorry, and then little baby Jesus cucumber forgives him, and it's all good and happily ever after, right? I can go home now. I don't have to keep. No, it's still going. Oh, okay. Oh, God.
I'm just gonna take my thing and just go away.
The Australian paddle gator, that's all I need!
Well, I'll just go. Just with my hat.
I don't need one other thing! Not one! I need this!
Well, we realize that everybody makes mistakes sometimes, and it was wrong for us not to forgive you when you said you were sorry.
Oh, so that's how forgiveness works. If you do something bad, and then you feel sorry about it later, you're absolved of all of your mistakes, and you can start over. Well, in that case, I better call up the government and tell them to let all the sorry people out of the prisons. Boop, 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 boop.
No!
You know that in love we can forgive.
Oh, God, it's a racial caricature of a singing Christian coconut tree. It's over. Repent. God is dead. We're all gonna die. Life is meaningless.
We sure learned a lot about forgiveness on that island.
Yeah. Well, we also learned about how many things you can make with bamboo. We made a bamboo raft, bamboo huts, a bamboo catapult, a bamboo helicopter.
Let's see if QWERTY has a verse for us.
And it's finally over. The end. That's it. I mean, really, I really showed you all the highlights of this thing. It's not good. It's definitely not any better now. It's shocking to know that this is still going on today, that they're still making more of those, and that ended up on a movie screen at one point. I mean, that's insane. I guess if you just throw enough money at anything, you can do whatever you want with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Legitimately, if you enjoyed it, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dentist, tell your dentist's mom. I know you know your dentist's mom.